let's let our hair down for this one. I mean, it's not that long, but it's longer than it has been in many years. Anyway, yes, letting our hair down. Let's have a bit of an honest discussion here. You can demand someone's attention, but you can't really demand their respect. And I feel like that's something that's lost in a lot of activist groups these days. I mean, when I say you can't demand someone's respect, I mean that you can't expect to walk up to someone to give them like a very basic explanation of your circumstance or whatever it is you're representing, and then expect them to respect it without any sort of question. I mean, it just doesn't work that way. If somebody from a group that you didn't particularly like or agree with came up to you and did that, I'm sure that you would just blatantly reject it because of the sort of offhanded expectation that, of course, you'll agree with them. Now, the sort of thing I've been trying to do with my channel, and I've tripped up in this many times, is kind of display my position as rationally as I can, and with that, hope to demonstrate that, at least in some aspects, even though I'm not like the smartest or whatever, even though, yes, I'm still constantly learning, that maybe my ideas have some merit and maybe you might want to look into them. I mean, it's all very basic, vague things that I do here. I mean, I'll say something that sounds deep and maybe it gets you thinking about this, that, or the other thing, and you sort of discover the rest for yourself. I mean, if I just came on this channel and said, "You're all a bunch of fucking bitches," without doing it in the joking manner that I usually do, and you need to educate yourselves because you're all shitlords and look at my oppressions, you wouldn't take me seriously at all unless you were already drinking that particular brand of Kool-Aid. I mean, really. And I'd have to say, other than the Great Deletion, my biggest regret in my entire YouTube career has been those times where I've sort of fallen short of my own standards. Those times where I lashed out because I was pissed off, or those times where I was just really desperate for people to understand and I didn't behave in a way that encouraged that understanding. Like, you'll see these people in articles and things, and they're like, "Oh, you're stripping people of their humanity." And I'm not sure I agree with that kind of sentiment. I mean, humanity is something you have to claim for yourself. And respect is something that you have to earn from others. Nobody really gives you these things. It's stuff that you have to make and achieve for yourself. So it's really kind of weird for me to, like, I don't know, maybe I'm too judgy because I know I ask for things probably way more than I should, and it's like, I don't know, I feel like maybe I shouldn't judge others so harshly based on my own sort of development. But the thing is, the thing that I've noticed in the sort of people that I'm like passing judgment on is that while I'm always trying to get better and improve, they're not, at least not in any sort of discernible way. I mean, and you know, this is largely based on my mass exposure to the Tumblr culture that seems to be leaking out all over the internet and beyond. But when I see people who are like, oh, self-diagnosis is completely legitimate. I have this thing, therefore treat me special. It makes me kind of, I don't like it. I don't like it. And you know why I don't like it? Because as somebody with a professionally diagnosed mental disorder, I just want to be treated like a human being, not like some porcelain doll. That's one of my main hang-ups with, like, this third wave in-your-face feminism. Because I'm not fucking fragile. Every hardship I faced in my life made me a better person. Everything that I've had to accomplish on my own gave me that sense of accomplishment that no one can give you. That yes, even though by societal standards I am constantly failing, I have not given up. And I don't want to be treated like a fucking baby. I want to be treated like a human being. And that's what I've been after this whole time. This whole time with my YouTube videos in your face going, look at me, I'm a real person. So, like, yeah, part of that is being able to admit to myself that I'm going to fuck up sometimes. And part of that is when I fuck up, I have to strive to do better. I have to live up to my own standards. And that's what I believe in. So when I see people coming along saying, give me this, give me that, give me this other thing, treat me like this, you have to do it this way, you can't do this because of this reason, it just seems like such bullshit. Because everything I have is something that I won. And I take pride in that. I don't want people just giving me things, which seems really hypocritical considering I have my GoFundMe on the internet, like, hey, give me money to move. But I mean, in the philosophical sense, I don't want special treatment. Like, yeah, I need a hand up every now and again. I'm not gonna berate you if you don't do that. Because quite frankly, in my heart of hearts, I feel like I don't deserve the things that people give me. Like, when I have the opportunity to meet someone from the internet and they tell me that I've done good, there's always that voice in the back of my head that says, that's not good enough. And there will always be that part of me, I suppose, that feels entirely undeserving. Because I guess, in my mind, I'm just the talking head. And the real heroes out there are you guys, my subscribers, the people who are constantly giving me encouragement, the people who, even though I'm such a horribly flawed person, and, you know, I'm never going to be perfect, but you're still there, and you're still saying, you know, keep going, keep trying, keep being. And I feel like without that, I wouldn't have made nearly as much progress as I have. So for you guys, and for myself, I will always strive to be better. And I encourage everyone out there to do the same. Because you can demand people's attention, but you can't demand their respect.